Down with the king! Down with the king! Down with the king! This week's Torah portion, we learn about Korach, a rebellion. A rebellion led by Korach against Moses. They were in the desert. And what was this all about? How could Korach come along? It says he was a very wealthy person, very influential. And he came along with this claim. It's a rebellion against Moses and his brother Aaron. And Moses was basically, took them out of Egypt. In a certain sense, the king. And, of course, Aaron, his brother, the high priest. And Korach came along and says, how come you guys, get all the power? You take yourself for the kingship, but your brother you give to be the high priest. And his claim came along was his rallying cry to kind of rabble-rouse, get everyone behind him. He said, everyone's holy. Everyone was there at Mount Sinai. Everyone's holy. Everyone's equally holy. So why do you guys think you're in charge? Of course, really he wanted to be in charge. But what was really behind it? It says the korach was a very smart person. Not only was he very wealthy, but he was very smart. So he was very clever. So what he did seemingly was not so clever to create this rebellion. Where did it come from? What was it based upon? So it's really, if you think about it, his intentions, in a certain sense, were good. In other words, what was his theory? What was his rallying cry? Everyone's holy. So really, Korach was, you could say, was ahead of his times. He was thinking, in terms of his perspective, the time of the redemption. He was like, let's say, 3,000 years ahead of his time. So he was saying, really, if you look, everyone's holy. When the redemption comes, everyone would be revealed their source. In essence, he was looking at the essence. You look at the essence of every single one of us. Yes, we're all holy. Back then, maybe in a revealed sense, not everyone is as refined, has worked on themselves as other people, but in their essence, each one of us has a godly core. Each one of us has an incredible self, our essence, our core, our self. And that's what he was really emphasizing. That's what he was saying, yeah, everyone's holy. He was saying, and again, he was 3,000 years ahead of his time. The times of the redemption, we'll all have redeemed ourselves. We'll all have healed ourselves. We'll all have transformed ourselves. So if what's something we can learn is kind of, yes, that in of itself, everyone's holy, is something that we can take and think about ourselves. Yes, I have this holiness within me. We are all holy in that sense. In terms of the essence, we're all holy in the same way. And each one of us has this amazing spark, this amazing light that's inside of us that we can contribute and that we can bring out. We can bring out this holiness, and we can make our outsides, our revealed part of ourselves, congruent with our insides, with that holy, godly essence. Good Shabbos.